So last time we talked so much about dating, and I get to think about how much time we invest in preparing for said dates, whether you're single or married, because
Yeah, it's important to just feel good.
yeah, self-care.
Whether you're married or seeking a partner.
A partner
Yeah.
out there, self-care, and keyword self-care, because I always try to go at it as like, it's not for somebody else, it's for me first
Exactly.
and foremost. How do I feel good and at my best so that when I am out there in the world, I can be my best self? It is
Yeah.
not for you, sir. It is for
Exactly.
me.
Yeah. So what do you do? What is your self-care routine? What kind of makes you feel good, feel sexy?
You know, I think the biggest thing is, again, being the artist actor. I love playing with makeup and hair and wardrobe because my closet is so eclectic. One day I want to dress like I'm an office worker because I have that part of me of like going into the office and, you know, collared shirts, everything is nice lines, putting my hair back and putting my hair like, you know, if I ever play those lawyer roles for like scene studies or some like that, a professional look. If I feel like that one day, I know how to do it. Other days I'm like bohemian,
Yeah.
loose, and you know, so I have fun with that. To me, that's self-care of like taking care of myself in a way that expresses how I'm feeling that day. How about you? What do you do?
For me, skincare is like huge.
Your skin is flawless. For those who do not see it on video and just listening, her skin is always, your skin is always luminous.
No, I still struggle with acne. I still get my period pimps like that time of the month. I hate the like ones that like, especially like they're on like my chin line to where they like make you look deformed. Because they're so deep.
It's funny because I don't see that. I never see it.
No, around my period. And so skincare is like huge for me. Like I never ever go to bed without washing my face, doing that whole routine. Like if Tyson ever like tries to like touch me after I've done my skincare with his hand, I'm like, did you wash your hand?
So what do you use besides washing your face? Is there like a whole like setup of like toner, etc., like ointments and all that stuff?
Yeah, so I use like Paula's Choice. Their, God, I don't know what it is. It's their toner, but it's like an exfoliant. It's like in a gray bottle. So I use that in the morning. But what is that? Hyaluronic acid. I love, especially like as we're getting older and our skin is like losing moisture, it like adds that moisture back in. Yeah, and then just other like toners that really are hydrating are really important. And then I also use tretinoin, which is like retin-A.
Oh, I was like, what is that? Okay.
Yeah, and then end that with the moisturizer. But I've used tretinoin since my like 20s because I had really bad acne, and it's specifically for acne, but it also helps with like wrinkles and like blemishes and stuff. But so I feel like having acne when I was younger helped to get my like, because I was using tretinoin already, so it helped to get like my skin ready for that because it is super drying. Like when you use it. Is it just
hormone based? Is it just all your hormones and that's why it regulates that? Is it just what causes the issues with the face with like acne?
Oh, what causes me?
Yeah.
So I think diet is a big thing for me, and then hormonal is a big thing. So every month, like I know when my period's about to come because like I'll start getting like deeper pimples. And then if I'm eating like gluten and sugar like constantly with no break, then like my cheeks will start breaking out. But other than that, diet was huge for me. And so like I didn't care about diet when I was younger because like
I eat what I want.
I could eat like McDonald's at
Sure.
like 3 a.m. and not gain any weight, not feel
No
anything.
repercussions.
But no, my skin was the repercussion. But I didn't realize that because no one taught me about skincare when I was younger. My mom's never had a pimple, so she didn't really understand. Yeah.
Lucky.
So she was just like, why are you breaking out? Like she didn't understand because she never had to deal with it. And so I didn't know that like diet could be a thing because you go to the dermatologist, who I've never been to a good dermatologist because they're all Kaiser.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Growing up, they're like,
Yeah. And so whenever I would go, they'd always prescribe me things that were like topical. And I've never done Accutane, which I know is very helpful, but also very, very hard on your body. Like you can't even take it if you're...
Most topical ones are very hard.
Well, this
on your
isn't
body, right?
this is a pill. Accutane's a pill, and like you have to like sign something saying that you're on 2 forms of birth control because it can cause birth defects to your baby if you're on it.
It's that strong? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's that strong. So I've never done that one, but I know it's worked for so many people. But yeah, Retin-A, tretinoin.
I've heard of Retin-A because I think that was so...
It really dries out your skin as well, but like once your skin gets used to it, so you're supposed to like gradually go into it. So like every other day or every 3 days, I think is what people start at. And then I do it like every night now.
You just have it down to a T. Is it just like part of your life? It's your routine?
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, this is what I do. It's like, don't even think twice. Do it in my sleep.
Yeah, so diet and hormones are the big things that affect me. So because I love bread, I love pasta, like I love gluten so much. So I've found that like if I give myself like Monday through Friday to where like I have no gluten, no like artificial like sugars or whatever, that's been really helpful. And then on like Saturday and Sunday, like I'll be more lenient, like have a sandwich or pasta or whatever.
Good for you to allow yourself.
I need to, girl.
Yeah.
Like I love bread. Like
It's so good.
I know. But so skincare is huge for me.
The skin. Well, because like some of the things that you mentioned, I can relate to. I mean, especially when I was younger with the acne. Because I remember going through bouts of Retin-A and trying remember Proactive?
Okay, so that's another thing I want to bring up because skincare is not for everyone. What works for me or what works for Marie does not work for anyone else. Because I remember when Proactive first came out and I used it and I was so excited. I was like, it's going to make me look beautiful like all the people in the commercials. It did absolutely nothing for me. And I was like, what is wrong with my skin? I'm the only person that Proactive isn't working for. But you really have to like understand your skin, understand your body, a lot of like what you put into your body too. I've never drank alcohol, but I know that like alcohol, like I know like alcohol can affect people's skin as well. Yeah, or smoking. Like
I remember the Proactive because mine, for you, at least it just didn't do anything. Mine did the opposite. It made it worse.
Oh no! But they say sometimes products make it worse before it gets better. But if it never gets better,
it never got better. And I was like, it just so I had to let it phase out. And I think eventually luckily it didn't take too long. Eventually in high school, my skin kind of evened out and it was just a phase, you know? And I think in college, I never noticed it so much. But as for diet, I'm not a big bread eater nor sugar. I've never been so much like
you're opposite of me.
So maybe that's a plus for me with diet because I do notice, you know, with your typical cravings when you're ovulating or whatever, wherever you are in your cycle, where I will just have like a chocolate croissant. And boom, the next day I'll have like a couple deep pimples. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? You know, like, so I still get those random ones. Or if I'm touching my face, especially like what you're saying, like by the chin areas, because I usually like lean or even just
if
like.
you don't wash your pillowcases enough as well. If you sleep on your side.
Just any type of touch around. That's why I'm like, I think I trained myself early on just don't have anything touch your face, or pillowcases, blankets, make sure they're clean. So I've been very hyper.
Yeah. I worked with a
aware.
girl who, at the courthouse, who would wear like gloves, like plastic gloves, to remind herself to not touch her face.
Wow, that's hardcore. That's taking it to another
At work.
level. At work. This is pre-COVID.
Oh, this was like 15 years ago, I
This was
think.
solely so she would not touch her face for no pimples.
Yeah, I think to not get that like oil on her face. Like I still have a problem with
Wow.
like touching my face way too much.
Wow.
And I'm a picker. Like I pick pimples, which is so bad, but I'm like obsessed with it.
Well, like, yeah, because if it's to that point where like
You see the white head, it needs to come out.
to come out. And like you can do it in a safe way because you don't want it to get worse, you know?
Yeah.
And when it's early enough, you can get it and you can like save your skin. But
Yeah.
there comes a point where it's like, oh, there's no going back and you can't do anything.
Oh, I've
about
definitely like wrecked my face, like trying to destroy a pimple that was not ready.
Oh,
Oh my God, it's disgusting. And then it's
gosh.
just like this massive mound on your face. But yeah, but I know, because some people, like I've heard a lot of dermatologists say like, oh, never pick, never. If I don't get like the pus out, it'll just stay there on my face.
I know.
Looking yellow.
Right?
Like,
And I can't have that. I would just
No.
rather pick it.
and let it heal,
Yeah.
get all the
Yeah.
nastiness out.
Exactly. I'm the same way.
But there's like a process too. You can't just like attack it like I have in the past. Like,
do you at least like put like some sort of astringent on and like sanitize your tools?
so
before you
I
do
make sure it's
it?
clean, and then I
Okay.
have these little like alcohol wipes
Okay.
that you can like sanitize your tools with. And then I make sure that it's like, you know, it's like this, on one end is like what are those? Like the pore cleaners,
Yeah.
the little circle. And then the other end is like basically like a needle. It's not a needle, but it's like
meant
as sharp.
to-
It's meant
yeah.
to like poke things. And
That's like what the
let it-
facialists use, right?
Yeah.
You have like the stuff.
Oh, it's just one thing. I think I got it at like Rite Aid or something. It's like one of those tools, but they're really, really helpful. But yeah, I cannot not let it go. And I know it's so bad for your skin, but I can't. If it's like yellow and
Yeah,
pussy, like
I can't
no,
help
it's
it.
like
No.
it's like help me, let me out. But yeah, so
The things we
Pimples,
do for our face.
I know.
Well, that and yeah. So moving on from face to like other parts of our body. I know we were talking about like waxing. Woof. Because I've like gone through a journey with
Oh.
that. I don't think I had my first wax until maybe my late 20s. Maybe I like shaved when I was like
I was so scared
Yeah.
to shave. I was like, I'm gonna cut my clit off. Like I'm so scared of shaving.
Were you like thinking, because I think I left, it was gradual. I would just do like shave the bikini and was like,
I would
yeah.
shave like that, but anything that went like I can't see it without a mirror, no. Like that's why I started waxing, I think early 20s.
Oh wow, that's early.
Well, I danced hula, and a lot of the girls all waxed. So I went to their waxing lady, who was amazing. She was Brazilian, and
perfect.
yeah, and so I would go to her a lot.
Did
and
you
then-
do a straight Brazilian? The
Straight
first
Brazilian.
way, like the first time you
straight
did it?
Brazilian?
You just jumped right in.
Yeah, and you know me, I hate pain. But for some reason, like, I love that feeling of just ripping the hair out, because I hate hair. I hate hair. And so I've actually done, like, laser hair removal. So I've done it down there. I've done it on my legs, arms. And, I mean, there's still a lot of light hair. But for the most part, like, the dark hairs are gone. But that area is the hardest part to laser, just because the hair is so stubborn.
Yeah.
But I hate hair. Yeah. But that is one thing that makes me feel just like clean and nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many different ways how women feel sexy down there. Because I've heard some women who like a landing strip.
Yeah.
Or like even a teardrop or some sort
Or
of specific-
design.
or design.
They have like,
yeah.
I remember my waxing lady, she was like, a lot of women would get their like partner's initials.
How is that even possible? I'm like, do you
They have little stencils and then they wax, I think,
That
around. I
is-
don't know. I've never done it. Oops.
crazy that you can get that intricate
Yeah.
down there? Maybe because I've never seen it.
I've just always been like, take it
All
all. I
off.
don't want it.
I mean, I think, yeah.
But the first things I started waxing and hair removal for was my underarms.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I
I've never
hated
done
like
that.
how thick it got because even though my dad, who's Filipino, has like 2 hairs on his whole body, like I definitely got my mom's side, like a lot of hair, a lot of body hair, and I hate hair. So neck down, it's like I just want it all gone.
Just take it off.
Yeah. What if you dated a guy who wanted like a full bush?
I would.
You would?
Because I've had full
I
bushes
couldn't.
before. I have. Like, I
What
think
if I just imagine like being in lingerie with like
all of it just.
But I saw a woman on TikTok who has like a full bush and she'll do like pole dancing like in like lingerie and it looks cute.
I think I would have to just alter what kind of lingerie I would wear.
Yeah. See,
that's why.
it's just for me like I wouldn't feel sexy. And for me like that's more important than like what he wants.
I would definitely trim. You know, I would keep a full bush, but I would trim. I've done that for years, especially when like I took a break
Yeah.
from waxing. There were spurts where I didn't wax at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at all. And it was just trim, 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 trim. That's it. But because I've recently gone back to waxing it all off, I'm like, oh, I remember this. Okay, it's not so bad except for that one piece in the middle, but it does feel nice and like clean. And there is that sense of like, I just like
Yeah.
can.
It depends on the
move.
waxer too, because the best waxer I've ever been to was in San Jose, and she was painless. Like I could not believe how zero pain, even like the sensitive areas. I don't know how she did it,
She's a witch.
and she was so quick, and she
magic.
was so quick.
I've never experienced that.
You should try.
You need to give me-
You need to go to
when
the
I
bay.
go home?
When we go to the bay.
You take me to her.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can find
yeah.
her. I didn't tell you this story
I
ever.
don't know what.
So I had one of the worst experiences. I got ripped once.
Stop.
Yes. Like, oh my gosh.
Like they burned you and then like that's how it ripped?
I
Or
don't know
did they
how
rip
it ripped, but like, oh gosh, I don't even know what she was doing or what she did wrong. It might have just been the placement of it, because once she ripped it, I definitely felt, ooh, that was painful, but I didn't know what exactly
Yeah.
it was. I was like, because it's always painful, you know, but I recognized something, and I could tell she was like trying to keep a straight face.
And knew she
But I knew she f***ed up, and she was like, she definitely grabbed something to like place on there to catch the bleeding. I don't know. I forget what she said.
It was bleeding?
It was bleeding because I forget what she didn't say sorry or anything because I think she was trying to catch herself and like make sure. Yeah. But when I looked down there, it was ripped. Yeah. Yeah.
It was that bad that it was bleeding.
Yeah. It was bleeding.
Like a lot?
No.
Was it like a cut or
it was a cut. Yeah. I didn't have to go to the hospital or anything, but yeah, it definitely had to heal. Like,
Oh my
I was
God.
bleeding. Yeah.
That would where was it?
It was like,
Was it a European wax center? I've had the worst experiences.
I don't
there.
remember if it was a European wax center, but like, it was like on like near the like anatomically the lip, you know, like one of like, if you had a picture of my vagina, like,
You're so funny.
yeah.
I meant where was it? I was like, where is she going with this?
Because I was like, that's a valid question too. Where?
I mean, I would like to know that information too.
But what's your other question? I'm like,
Well, the
where?
location.
Oh, I feel
of
so bad.
The wax.
It It was in North Hollywood.
Okay,
Yeah,
we don't have to say.
definitely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember the name.
Yeah.
It was years ago.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, never went back there, obviously.
Oh my
never.
God.
But I mean, all the previous times I went there were fine, and they're very intricate.
Was it the same person? Had she done you before?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
That's why.
Did you look at Yelp reviews for like people, like the names of?
No, I didn't,
estheticians
because I
there?
had been there a good number of times and I trusted them. So,
Oh my God, what a nightmare. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I have bought all like of the ingredients to wax myself at home, but I'm so scared to actually attempt to do it. I even bought like a mirror to like stand
Oh,
over.
wow.
But I've never done it.
Is
I'm
it like
scared.
a specific mirror to do it, or
No.
just like a
I don't think I looked for one.
a wax mirror?
I was like,
Is there a
vaginal wax mirror?
I was like,
Yeah.
there has to be one like that, so we don't have to like lift and like weird, awkward
Exactly. Like
ways.
something you can like attach to the wall and like maneuver and like put your
we
leg up.
shouldn't
No.
patent that.
I know. Now it's on our podcast, so someone who actually knows how to do that will do it.
But like, oh gosh, I don't think I could ever do it myself either. I could do the bikini because that doesn't hurt, you
Yeah.
know, but that middle area where it's painful, I could never
Especially,
do that
I don't want to rip myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary. Because I wax my legs and I wax my underarms before. But that area is just, and it's so hard to get to. Oh, this might be TMI. But when I got laser hair removal, you have to shave everything down there, and like I'm not comfortable shaving, so my husband had to help me
what
shave
a
everything,
sweetheart.
and that means like the Brazilian. So that was like mortifying
That took
to have
your
to ask
relationship
him.
to the next level. He saw everything. I mean,
He's seen everything, but it's
to
a different
do
context. Yeah,
Act. Wow. Like,
yeah,
that's love.
of having to shave. The front part wasn't the word; it was the back part that I was like,
that
"Oh
part.
my god, this is
That is
terrible."
love. That's love.
But yeah, so the things we'll do for beauty.
Oh gosh. I wonder if like when we're older, when does that stop? Because you're case in point, you're married. You still do these things. Married for years, but you still want to feel sexy and continue that. Because when you look at like older couples, some older couples will stop at a certain point, like, meh, I don't want to do it anymore. You know?
I don't know. Well, I mean, skincare is huge for me, but like, I think that's why like I love you so much, because every time I see you, you're always so put together. You're like you mentioned, like your wardrobe and your fashion is like how you feel good and how you feel sexy. I mean, even before the pandemic, I think I used the pandemic as an excuse, but like just living in sweats, like I need to like work on that, like not being in sweats all day. So even though I do my skincare, like I don't put on makeup. Like I think these podcasts are good for me because it's like the one time in the week where I actually get ready.
Get ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I hate doing my makeup. I like the way like I feel with makeup on, but just the process. I don't like the feeling of makeup on my skin though, especially like 8 hours later, and it's just like doesn't look like it looked when you put it on.
Especially because your sensitivity to it with your skin.
Yeah.
I honestly, it's for me doing the whole get up and hair, makeup, and all that stuff, especially during the pandemic. I would still do that routine because for me, it is self-care, taking care of myself in a way that like I am ready for the day.
Yeah.
I can work, because I think I can work in sweats, and sometimes I do, but I find myself more productive and quicker on my feet when I'm put together.
See, I
It's
wish I
weird.
was like that. I'm not. Like, I'm sure I would feel more productive, but that doesn't motivate me to do that. Like being seen by people. But even I'll go to like Costco or shopping and I'm like in my sweats. Like I still haven't changed them. But I was like that before the pandemic. I think the pandemic just made it worse and gave me an excuse. So now I'm trying to like pull myself out of it and trying to like girl, do your makeup. Like,
But
like,
it
get
works
ready.
for different people because you're still functioning, and I literally cannot function without it. It's more so it's do or die. Like I have to.
Yeah.
And even like talk about like walking out with sweats and going to Costco. Like I'll do that still. But I had a coworker tell me this once before. She's like, Marie, even when you dress down, you're put together.
You are, Marie. Like you, even like the sweats you're wearing now, you were like, oh, like let's put the blankets on so they don't see my sweats. And I'm like, but they're cute. Like mine aren't cute.
Because even when I put my sweats or like want to be sporty, like it'll be sporty outfit. Like I'll have my Giants like hat on,
your Warriors
hoop
jersey,
or like hoop earrings,
your red lips.
Yeah, like or I'll have like some sort of, even if I do like no makeup, it'll be a look of dressed down. Of, like, I want to.
No, you always look cute. I've never seen you like not put together.
I think it's the theater aspect of it. It's I'm playing a character or part of myself today.
Yeah.
Who am I today? And it's fun for me to even like getting ready in the green room for a show or when I'm doing a scene. That's how I get into character, when I'm like doing all that stuff as that person. So even in my regular life, I think about like, what am I doing today? Like while I'm doing that, it kind of sets the tone.
Yeah.
So that's fun for me.
Yeah. So you're my inspiration to get up and like, other than wash my face, to actually do something with it. Even just do my eyebrows, like would be like.
Your eyebrows are always on point.
No, they're not, girl.
Yes,
Only if I
are.
do them. If I don't do them, because I have like, Asian eyebrows, they like grow down. So I have to like style them up, or they like
Tell
grow down.
me your eyebrow. I hope we have enough time for this because I feel like you could take a whole podcast.
I feel like with me and eyebrows and makeup, it's like trial by fire. Like they don't ever turn out. Like my makeup doesn't ever turn out, or it's like I would never do like on TikTok you see those videos of like, oh, here's my makeup routine. I could never do that because I'm like, oh, well, nope, that looks like terrible. Like it'd be a lot of like having to redo it or reshape things. So yeah, but so I have to shape my eyebrows. They don't look like this all the time.
I feel like they do.
They don't.
Even when I'm
believe
FaceTiming
me.
with you.
No, they don't.
Really?
If you look closely, the hairs are all like, so I have to like put this gel
even when you
in
don't have makeup on, because I feel like they're always so put together. It frames your face. Like eyebrows they always say like makeup artists, eyebrows frame the face so well. And I feel like even if you don't do anything, your eyebrows are just always like.
They're not. Not if you look closely. They're not. But thank you.
From my perspective, it looks on point. Because our generation, again, with eyebrows, we've gone through
them to smithereens.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I wish I never touched them when I was younger.
I see like my little nieces and I'm like, do not touch your eyebrows. They are beautiful. Like why did we live through the period where it was like.
Our generation.
A line.
Oh gosh.
And mine were horrible. Oh my God, they were horrific. They were like different shapes. Like the center started like over. I don't know what I was thinking.
And was it mostly pencil? Because remember that like.
I never used. I just plucked
what did you use?
Nothing, girl. I plucked them to smithereens, and they were just hideous. I think I might have tried, but I didn't know like how to do it. No, they were disgusting. I remember my sister, like, before I got married, she was like, have you ever thought of growing out your eyebrow? Like a subtle hint, like, girl, get your shit together. Yeah. So we live and we learn.
We live and we learn. And I remember just doing it very subtly. And one day it was like, oh, that it's a lot thinner than it was. Yeah. But like I remember just plucking and
you don't realize till they're gone. Like you don't realize till it's gone what you're missing.
Until like one day my dad was like,
who are you?
What happened to your eyebrows? And like I think because I was doing it all myself, like day by day.
Don't do your own eyebrows.
And
do not pluck your own eyebrows.
It was just like kind of got to a good shape where it had an arc, but like it definitely was different than what my dad was used to. And I like, again, like you, I didn't know how to use pencils. I didn't know how to like fill it in and all that stuff. So how did we do that in high school? I think everybody.
Oh, it just looked like shit. That's how. That was my experience.
Some girls who would just, it was barely anything left, and it was just, you could see like a line, like an eyeliner line, and it's just like, and some people liked that look.
Guaranteed it was better than what I had. Like I look at photos and I'll call Tyson and I'll be like, Bug, look at my eyebrows. What was I thinking? Even when we were together, they were bad. Like in the early stages of
in your 20s?
Girl, yes! I feel like until I like turned 30, they were so bad. Yeah.
They grew back so well. I
don't know.
Mine don't grow back anymore. Like, this is what I got.
But like I said, like a lot of it is shaping them. Like this is not their natural shape. Like they're not this thick, but it's kind of like a laminating.
Oh, the lamination.
Yeah. So like I get this gel that I use, and you kind of have to put it in your eyebrows, wait till it gets like sticky, and then you basically have to use one of the spoolies to like brush your hair, and then the other end of the stick to like press it basically against
You do that
skin.
all by yourself?
Yes.
See, I tried. I went to a salon for them to laminate it.
Oh, how was that? I haven't done it professionally. You have to do this every day.
They couldn't. Oh, that's why. But even that, they couldn't get it all. They got some of my stubborn hairs to stick, but not all. Because my hair is just so stubborn.
I think you should try this.
Can we have a one day where you like do my eyebrows?
Not on the podcast, but yeah, off podcast, yeah, because like I said, trial and error.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because I'm like these eyebrows are so stubborn, and I'm working with
Asian
split
hair
ends now. Yeah, because it goes down.
Yeah, or they stick out. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. Yeah. So if I can just get my eyebrows done even for the day, like that's an accomplishment to me. Because skincare is a non-negotiable. But anything above that, it's like, oh God. And I'm just lazy, I think, when it comes to that. Because it's just like, God, it feels like so much energy.
It is a lot of energy.
It's really not, though. Like, even when I get ready for like our podcast, I'm like, oh, that didn't take that long. But it's just like the mental energy, I think, that it spends of like,
because you're right. When I have to get ready for an audition and I'm on camera, that can be taxing because you're caking it on, or even on set or headshots or whatever. But if it's
on set, though, if they do your makeup for you, that's amazing. You come barefaced
and just do
a dream. Yeah.
But like, even from my do me in every sense. But like in like my daily skincare routine, I just put like tinted moisturizer. I don't even like putting foundation. Maybe light loose powder. Maybe a little bit mascara and a lip color and eyebrows. Like I try to make it very, very, very basic because I don't want to spend too much time on my skin. So yeah.
To me, it's like all or nothing. Like I can't do just a little. I'm like, if I'm going to actually do my freaking makeup, might as well go all out. I can't do like the
minimal.
Yeah, because there's a big difference like when you wear makeup and when you don't wear makeup. Especially for me, like you can definitely tell if I have makeup on or if I don't. It's like, oh, she has makeup on, or oh my God, she doesn't have makeup on.
What does it look like with a minimal look?
I don't know, because I don't
Let's
really
try that
do
one day.
that.
Let's see that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would look more like my non-makeup.
Which is like,
because I feel like if I put foundation on, I'm like, why are you not going to do everything then? Like that's
tinted moisturizer, girl. Tinted moisturizer.
I've never used tinted moisturizer
because it's not as heavy as it, but it won't cover everything, but at least it kind of evens it out. And also, if you go out into the world, tinted moisturizer. That's the trick.
That's a very good trick. Lots of learning the tricks to like get yourself through the day. That's I think the idea, or get yourself ready for the day, which is my problem.